For the debate for the first time,
Mr. Speaker, good members of the body. I've
the
sat
gentleman
here,
from District 12.
thank you. I've sat here probably, I don't know, 6 hours anyway, all tensed up, ready to say something. And I want you to know, if I say anything that's out of line, give me some gratitude as my good friend and the gentleman from District 14, because I've been weighing this from the moment I got elected. Well, actually, before I got elected. And I got all these notes, and I wanted to go through all this, and I probably won't go there. I'll just go off the cuff. When I ran on the premise that I'm a banker and a businessman. And I said, I will come over here and fight for jobs, jobs, jobs. Those people who know me, they know that was my tagline on everything. And as I'm debating and I'm going to forums, all of a sudden I hear this thing about exchange. Well, as a banker, to me, all I know about exchanges is foreign currency exchange. So all of a sudden I'm thinking about, well, I know there's a European meltdown. Are we talking foreign exchange? How's that going to affect Idaho? I don't know. So I started checking it out. I asked my constituents, what do you know about the exchange? I don't know. All I know is it's a federal exchange, and if you vote for it, you're not going to get elected. Oh. So that means what? You better vote for a state exchange. You better be on top of that state exchange. Okay, I ran on the premise of a state exchange. Guess what? I got elected overwhelmingly. Why would I change that position today? I get over here, I'm roaming the halls of the Capitol. Well, let me back up, because a significant event happened the evening that I got elected, and you all know this, on November 6th. There was a president that got reelected. And I can tell you in my election fanfare that we had in Nampa, it threw a wet blanket over everything. So I get over the Capitol and roam in the halls, and all of a sudden this tone is changing. We don't want a state exchange. Vote no. Vote no? I thought you said if I had states' rights, I need to vote yes on the state exchange, otherwise I default to a federal exchange. No, just say no. Vote no. Well, you know, if I vote no, then I'm going to end up with this federal exchange. I don't care. It's a constitutional issue now. You vote no. Really? Well, I get appointed to JFAC. And as you know, we've been meeting for 2.5 months in JFAC. Well, what have I been doing in JFAC? I've been appropriating $3 billion for the state of Idaho. Close to $3 billion. Well, guess what? Our nose is already under the tent, and we got tar all over us. We've been under the premise of ACA since 2009. It's not going away. I'm shaking to think that we're going to sit here and not vote for some action that we can control and allow the feds to roll over us again with federal mandates, and we're going, this isn't going to happen. It's not going to come on us. It's not going to be there. Well, I watched a movie when I was younger in 1976, and some of you probably saw it. It was called The Network. And the premise of the movie was the anchor who was a weatherman. The ratings were going down in the network. They kept telling him, you need to get the ratings up, you need to get the ratings up. So this weatherman was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, going back and forth, until finally got to the point he drove himself crazy. So what did he do? He gets on national TV and he yells out, I want you all to go to the window, everybody in New York, and yell out, I'm mad, I'm paraphrasing here, I'm mad as heck. And I don't know what to do. And I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I want to read, Mr. Speaker, may I read from a bill that we just passed a couple days ago?
Without objection.
This is just this is a statement of purposes for 2 sentences. This legislation is to protect Idaho law enforcement officers from being directed through federal orders, laws, rules, or regulations enacted or promulgated on or before January 1st, 2013. I wasn't happy with that bill. I was told by several of you here that that was a preemptive strike. It was to get those bears out of there, because we didn't know what was going to be coming at us from the feds. So I voted for it, and it passed. Let me read you the first few sentences, if I may, of the
Without
statement of
objection.
purpose from Bill 248.
Well, the gentleman can always read from the bill.
Well, thank you,
Before
Mr.
us.
Speaker and members. It is a public policy of the state of Idaho to actively resist federal actions that would limit or override state sovereignty under the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution. Through this legislation, the state of Idaho asserts its sovereignty by refusing to surrender decision-making authority over health care issues, which are matters appropriately left to the states and individual citizens. If that isn't a preemptive strike, I don't know what it is, or I don't know what is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an Idaho native. I'm mad as heck, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Vote for 248. Thank you.